Football is the most watched sport on Earth. More than half the planet follows it. World Cups stop entire countries, streets go silent, nations hold their breath. But here's the truth almost nobody talks about. Football didn't begin as a beautiful game. It began as chaos, violence, and rebellion. And for most of its history, football was illegal. To understand how the world's biggest sport was invented, we need to go back more than 2,000 years, long before stadiums, long before referees, long before rules. We begin in ancient China. Around the 2nd century before Christ, during the Han Dynasty, soldiers played a game called kuju. They kicked a leather ball filled with feathers through a small opening in a net. Hands were not allowed. This wasn't done for fun. It was done for discipline. Kuju was used to train soldiers in balance, coordination, and control. It rewarded precision, not strength. Mistakes were punished. Skill was respected. This was the first time in recorded history that kicking a ball without hands became an organised activity. But China wasn't alone. In ancient Greece, athletes played a rough game called episkiros. Teams fought for control of a ball across marked lines. Rules existed, but violence was expected. In ancient Rome, soldiers played harpastum. It was aggressive, physical, and chaotic. The goal was simple: take the ball, keep it, win at all costs. None of these were soccer, but all of them planted the same idea deep into human culture. A ball, feet, competition. And once humans discover that combination, they never let it go. Centuries pass, empires fall, civilizations collapse, and the game travels west. Now we arrive in medieval England. This is where football becomes dangerous. There are no fields, there are no teams, there are no limits. Entire villages play against entire villages. The match begins in one town and ends miles away in another. The ball is kicked through streets, rivers, farms, churches, and marketplaces. Sometimes it's an animal bladder, sometimes it's wrapped leather, sometimes it's barely a ball at all. People get injured, bones break, property is destroyed. This isn't sport, it's organised chaos, and kings hate it. King Edward II bans football because it distracts men from military training. King Edward III bans it for the same reason. King Henry IV bans it. Then Henry VIII bans it again. Soccer becomes a crime. But banning it doesn't work, because soccer belongs to the people. No matter how many laws are passed, people keep playing. In alleys, in fields, in secret. Soccer survives not because it is supported, but because it is unstoppable. By the 1800s, England has changed. Factories replace farms, cities grow crowded. Workers have little time and little money. And soccer evolves again. Schools, clubs, and neighbourhoods all play football. But here's the problem. Everyone plays by different rules. Some allow hands, some allow tackling, some allow kicking opponents, some don't. When teams meet, matches collapse into arguments and fights. Soccer is popular, but broken. Then, in 1863, everything changes. Representatives from clubs across England gather in London. They meet in a small room to answer one question that will decide the future of sport. Should hands be allowed? The room divides. One side believes football should include carrying the ball. The other believes the game should be played with feet only. The argument grows heated, voices rise, threats are made. Finally, a decision is reached. Hands are banned. Those who disagree walk out of the room. They go on to create a new sport, rugby. Those who remain form the Football Association. They write the first official rules of modern soccer. No hands, limited violence, defined fields, clear structure. In that moment, soccer is officially born. But it doesn't belong to the elite. It belongs to workers. Factory labourers play after long shifts. Dock workers play near harbours. Children play barefoot in the streets. Soccer spreads because it requires nothing. No expensive equipment, no special fields, just a ball, or something close enough. As the British Empire expands, it carries soccer with it, to South America, to Africa, to Europe, to Asia. And something incredible happens. Each culture reshapes the game. In Brazil, soccer becomes art. Movement becomes rhythm. Creativity becomes power. In Germany, soccer becomes structure, precision, efficiency, discipline. In Italy, soccer becomes strategy. Defence becomes an obsession. Winning becomes science. In Argentina, soccer becomes emotion, passion, identity, life itself. Soccer is no longer English, it is global. Then comes the World Cup. For the first time, nations face each other not with weapons, but with a ball. Victory becomes pride, defeat becomes heartbreak. Soccer becomes a language spoken everywhere. Today, it is the biggest sport on earth. More fans than any other game. More emotion than any other competition. But here's the most important part of this story. Soccer was never invented by a company. It wasn't designed by a billionaire. It wasn't created in a lab or a boardroom. Soccer was invented by ordinary people. People who kept playing even when it was illegal. People who kept playing even when it was dangerous. People who refused to stop. And that is why soccer survived kings, bans, wars, and time itself. It didn't conquer the world through force. It conquered the world because humans chose it. And that's why, centuries later, the world still can't stop watching.